If you are currently trying to lose weight and you are following a clean eating approach, I am here to tell you that clean eating is one of the biggest mistakes you can make when it comes to your diet and fat loss. In this video, I'm going to explain why. Most people will say, oh, I want to lose weight. I'm just going to cut out junk food. And they just think that's the solution, right? Right? Wrong. Wrong. So in today's video, I'm going to explain why you shouldn't eat clean, what you should do instead, and at the end, I've got a delicious butterscotch recipe that you will be able to eat while losing weight and just loving your life. Buckle in, this is gonna be an exciting time because food. Okay, so the first reason why clean eating is a problem for most people is it causes cheat meals to just spiral out of control and usually turn into a cheat day. People will follow a very rigid and strict meal plan during the week, and then by the time the weekend rolls around, they completely lose control when they're around the foods that they're not allowed to have the rest of the time because you're like, I'm not allowed to have this, so I'm just going to eat as much as I can right now. Or you just even have a little bit and then you just completely lose control because you're like, holy shit, this is sugar. I'm never allowed to eat this. Oh my God. And when your cheat meals turn into just insane cheat days, that's gonna hold you back from seeing results because it doesn't matter how perfect you eat during the week. If you eat enough on the weekend, you will take yourself out of your caloric deficit. So let's say you're eating 1,600 calories every day during the week, but then you just go insane on the weekend and you eat like 6,000 calories. That is going to put you in a surplus for the entire week. Your body isn't running on a 24-hour clock. It's more about your weekly average. So all that intense, hard, clean eating effort you made in the week is all gone when you just binge and just go wild with the food on the weekend. It's very all or nothing. When you have this mindset and you spiral out of control and overeat on the weekend, this always ends up leading to very strong feelings of guilt, which usually ends up causing people to restrict even further, which then pushes them to binge more, which then pushes them to feel guilty again, and then it's just this awful cycle and it just keeps going and going and going. That is one problem with the clean eating approach. So research has also shown that clean eating is associated with a higher body mass, more yo-yo dieting, more binge eating episodes, plus greater anxiety and body image issues. Like, what? That is horrible. It's because clean eating just involves this all or nothing mindset. It's not like there's no concept of moderation. It doesn't really fit too well with your lifestyle. If it's somebody's birthday and somebody offers you a piece of cake, you can't because it's not clean. And it's just, that's when things start to spiral and these issues happen. And there's just no reason to take that approach when there's better ways that can just be integrated so seamlessly with your lifestyle. So this leads into the next point, and that is when somebody takes a rigid, clean eating type approach, they have a very tough time maintaining their results. This kind of builds off the last point because if the research said that people struggle with yo-yo dieting and binge eating, obviously that means they don't maintain the results. And this is exactly what I used to do too, because I would eat so strict for weeks and I would see really fast results and I would just lean out super quick and I'd be like so rigid, but then I would gain all the way back and more. For months, I wouldn't be able to gain control of my eating because I just couldn't stop because I was just so deprived. Then again, you start clean eating again, you do the same approach, and it's just this awful cycle. I think a lot of people, they don't even realize that it's not their fault. They think that, oh, I'm just not trying hard enough, I'm not motivated enough to eat clean. And it's like, that is not true. It's not about motivation, that's just unrealistic. Like, you're a human, you don't need to be eating boring, clean foods and have things off limits, because it just makes it so much harder to make this a lifestyle. Instead of clean eating, you should be following a flexible dieting approach. Now, I have some fun, exciting, cool news. There's not actually much of a difference between the two. Really, the only difference is your mindset. So if you genuinely love eating very nutritionally dense foods, that is fine. Nobody's saying you have to eat sugary, junky food on a regular basis, but it's just about having the knowledge and mindset that it's okay if you do. So really, there's some days where my eating probably resembles what a clean eater would eat, but the difference is that I know that I can have other things if I want. Like this past weekend, I was doing this walk for the SPCA, and I was trying to eat really well that day, and they had some Timbits. I guess that's only in Canada. It's like a Tim Horton, it's like this little treat thing. It's like this little treat thing. But anyways, so I had this little treat, and that was that. I fit it into my calories for the day, and then it was a great on-track day. Whereas if this was back in the day when I was a clean eater, I would have said, oh, I can't have that, that's not clean, that's not part of my diet. I remember I used to go out to eat with people, and again, I had to get really bland, plain, boring food because that was what was clean, and it just doesn't have to be like that. So it's really just about having the knowledge that it's about what you eat most of the time. So obviously, you want to eat primarily nutritionally dense foods, and it's not like you're gonna eat sugary types of foods all day, every day. If someone's eating, say, 1,700 calories a day, and 200 calories of that comes from something sweet, something kind of more fun, not clean, that is fine. And that's literally what it's all about. Because then if you know that you can fit these things in moderation sometimes, you're not just like holding on to your future cheat day for dear life. You think, okay, well, I'm really craving this, so I'm gonna fit some in moderation today. And then when you get to the weekend, yeah, you might wanna have a little bit of a larger portion size, but you won't have that like insane craving where you're like, oh my God, give me all the food. Nothing is forbidden. It's simply about watching your portion sizes and being smart with it. No food is inherently bad or good. It's just that you want to have more of some things and less of other things. If having some indulgences here and there are going to help keep you motivated, help you stay on track, look at the bigger picture. That is so much better than feeling restricted all the time and then just falling off and having this big all or nothing cycle. Now I am going to show you guys, I recorded this the other day for my Instagram, but I'm gonna show it here too. It is a butterscotch overnight oats recipe. This recipe illustrates flexible dieting so well because it's still mostly nutrient dense food, and that's low calorie. That's just a little bit of sugary sweetness to be like sprinkled into your day, but it has no negative impact because that's just such a small amount, and it's enough for you to really feel like, oh, I feel good, I feel like I had a nice treat, but it's definitely not enough to derail your progress. So check out this recipe, it is freaking delicious. So today I'm gonna show you how to make butterscotch chocolate chip overnight oats, and these are freaking delicious. They are the perfect thing to eat because they're high in protein, they're sweet, and extremely easy to prepare. So I don't know what else you could want. Nothing. This is all you need ever. Again, we're gonna get started, and this literally takes 5 minutes tops to prepare, and then you leave it in the fridge for about 5 hours. and then it kind of like softens up, gets all nice, and then from there, it stays good in the fridge for about 5 days. So easiest thing ever. Even though they're overnight oats, I like to eat mine at night before bed is my nightly treat. I'm gonna be having mine tonight, so I'm really excited. So let's get making the overnight oats! Woo! Okay, so first, rolled oats. It's better to use rolled oats as opposed to quick oats, so I guess you could also use steel cut oats just because of the fact they're sitting. So if you use quick oats, they'll get soft really quick, like too soft, like soggy. I'm gonna use 50 grams. So next is this fat-free Jell-O pudding mix. This isn't like an ingredient you must have. I know some countries don't have these and people are like, oh, can I still have this recipe? And you absolutely can. You can use, honestly, you could just take it out altogether, or you could use some other type of flavoring that you have available. So yeah, but this is gonna be the next ingredient we put in. So it says a quarter of the package is 7.5 grams. I like to use a little bit more just so it's a bit more flavorful. Oh, I spilt it on me. Okay, so we got 12 grams of the butterscotch pudding. And okay, so that's it for our dry ingredients. So you can mix it up a little bit, mix it up, mix it up. Next step is the Greek yogurt. I'm using plain fat-free Greek yogurt. You can use any type of yogurt, actually. It doesn't have to be Greek yogurt. If you're vegan or dairy-free, you can use any type of dairy-free yogurt. The point of it is just to kind of, again, thicken it up again. So I'm gonna put 200 grams, which is over 3/4 of a cup, because I wanna get in a good amount of protein in this meal. Ah! Shit. Oh, it's false alarm. April Fools. That was only that was still the amount I needed. So sometimes, actually, even though there's already the Jell-O, I will add sweetener to the Greek yogurt because it is plain. Oh my god, I want to eat this now. I want to eat this now. Okay, so we've mixed in our Greek yogurt. Oh my god. And now, okay, so usually I use almond milk, and I was literally just at the store. I bought these ingredients specifically for this video and to make the recipe because I wanted to eat it anyways. So yeah, I bought the ingredients specifically for it. I forgot almond milk. I usually use almond milk. I forgot to buy it, so instead I'm just gonna use regular milk. The amount can vary. It would depend on how much oat you have and how watery you want it. I don't like it too super watery. I kind of like it like extra thick, and especially because I'm only gonna be eating this in like 2 hours. That is not the recommended soaking time, but because I'm only gonna wait that much amount of time, I'm just gonna put a lot less liquid. So that is a little hack. If you want to have it soon, if you want to eat it sooner, I don't know why I just put this on a scale, I'm measuring it. If you want to have it sooner, then you just put less liquid. I put a 1/4 cup. I think in my other ones, I could do, Baxter and Roxy are literally just right below me. I could do a little bit more. So that's something it's kind of down to personal preference. Depends on how long you're gonna leave it. So just kind of experiment. Oh my gosh, this looks unreal. This looks unreal. Unreal. Oh my god, it's so good. Oh my god, and we haven't even put butterscotch chocolate chips. No. If it's only sitting in there for like a couple days, even 3 days, they're good. But one time I left the chocolate chips in the overnight oats for like 5 days, and by the last day, they weren't soggy, but they just weren't as crisp as chocolate chips usually are. So they were still, I'm not super picky, so they were still good, but they weren't like a true chocolate chip. So yeah, chocolate chips for me are a very dangerous, oh my god, they smell so good. Oh my god, they're so dangerous because it's so easy to just eat more. So I'm gonna put 20 grams, so that's more than a tablespoon. I'm living life. I might put more. We'll see, because I have a lot of calories left over. This is what I do. I leave my calories for the evening so I can have massive bowls of overnight oats, or my treat of choice. For some foods, you would be like, 5 more grams is nothing. But for something like chocolate chips, 15 grams is 80 calories. So it's like that with peanut butter too. Like an extra 5 grams it's not a lot, but it's not nothing. Like if you were eating foods this calorie dense multiple times throughout the day, and every time you were like, sorry, there's an oven beeping in the background. If you were eating calorie dense foods like this multiple times a day, and every single time you had like 5 grams more, that would add up. But if it was just like once. So yeah, keep that in mind. We are going to look back at this. I'm gonna let it sit for a couple of hours just to show you. So I'll show you what it looks like now, and then you'll see what it looks like after it sits for a bit. This is flawless how it is. I don't wanna leave it, but I'm gonna leave it just to like properly show you guys. So this is what it looks like right now. So I do have quite a bit of Greek yogurt in comparison to the oats. I have a high Greek yogurt to oats ratio, but that's so I can get more protein. And like I said, it'll kind of thicken up a little bit. So yeah, we will see you in a few hours. Beautiful. Okay, so for these ones, I actually put water in them, no milk, and it looks pretty good. So yeah, honestly, I could put more liquid, but like I said before, I like them when they're super thick. Like this is like super, super thick, like, yeah, but you could put more. Okay, so it's only been an hour and a half, but look how amazing it looks. It's like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna try it, This is friggin' delicious. So friggin' delicious. I highly recommend you try this out. If you do, tag me, because I love seeing people's versions of my creations. Usually, other people's versions look better than mine. Like the last one that people tried a lot was the Greek yogurt bark. And like other people's, like they're always just look so much more aesthetic. So I love seeing it. It's super exciting. I just like spit a bit. And yeah, that is it. I'm going to enjoy this. I'm gonna try to eat slowly. That's been a goal of mine. So yeah, that is all. I hope you guys liked this recipe, and I will see you next time. Bye! And that is it for this video. I hope this helped you guys out. I hope you can now approach your fitness goals with a more relaxed, enjoyable approach. Sometimes it can take a little bit of time to get used to. You might still find that you have cravings on the weekend just because it's a habit, but start learning that nothing is off limits. Start doing that, start being not so restrictive, and over time you will find that this becomes a lifestyle and so much easier for you to sustain over the long term. That is it. So please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!